When I went out to the strip club the other night, I met a nice young lady named Seabiscuit, which is a weird name for a stripper, but it turns out it's just actually her real name. She asked me if I wanted to dance, and I said yes because, you know, I was expecting to get a lap dance, but what I got instead was a rain dance. The gods honored her that day, and everything got wet. Hey guys, you know what's really fucking gross? Making out with people. Yeah, just any people. Doesn't matter which people. I would take any activity over making out with people. Like, even some activities that I wouldn't even enjoy. Like, I would do that over making out with people because not only is it gross, but it's really hard. I want to explain to you how hard it is to make out with people. Girls are hard because, first of all, you gotta find one of these things that's nice enough to make a gross mouth party on you, and because isn't it a bummer when you like somebody and all they want is to scream for help when they're in the basement? Just all about getting the neighbor's attention. There's no discretion anymore. It's so much work trying to find a girl to make out with you. It's not even worth it because it's like trying to find art. Because sure, you could Google it and look at pictures of girls and that's just as good. But if you want one in person, then you gotta go out and you gotta pack a bag and travel. There are paintings everywhere in the world, but the really cool ones are hard to find. And then once you find one, you gotta sit there and listen to the tour guide give you its life story before you can just pry it off the wall and steal it when nobody's looking. So you found one. Then there's the whole process of being nice. Being nice to the person, which involves smiling. And when you have to smile, you try it, but it never looks natural. You think you look happy, but really, on the outside, you just look like you like to murder. Like you like to wear people's legs as thigh-high boots. And then once you do all that garbage, you gotta make sure that kissing them is a good idea because nobody wants to be in a situation where you get your unwanted face uncomfortably close to theirs and then they just gotta go ugh into your mouth. Then you get your mouth close to theirs and it's just disgusting from there on out. First, you gotta touch your head holes together, and for the love of God, you have to make sure that you've got the right level of moisture. And then you gotta use your tongue as if you're a miner fumbling around looking for a flashlight, or like a lazy guy in the dark who's kind of trying to find the remote between the couch cushions. And with all that tongue action, there's bound to be different slimes forming between the two of you, and you're in trouble if you pull away and there's just like this fucking tightrope of slime going from their mouth to yours. Ugh. I don't get why people like doing it. I didn't get it as a kid, and I don't get it now. It's like watching an old person struggle with a spoonful of pudding. When I was a kid, all of my friends were making out, and they would tell me about it, and in my mind I would be like, hey, I still play with action figures. Are we not too young for this? Just a little bit. I have a single bed, and I sleep with one pillow. Are we really, is this what we're doing now? I don't know where my friends had seen people doing this and where they learned to do it, but I want it in. It's like they were all watching Showcase at night. That's where they learned it. That's where everybody learns everything about naked bodies. So when I would go to these stupid school dances to, you know, try my luck, try and get some mouth action, and every single time, I would be like Tom Hanks in that scene in Castaway where he's in the middle of the ocean clinging to his raft screaming for help to the volleyball who's floating away, but instead of water, it would just be young friends of mine just making out. Like, not with each other, but with other people. Nobody wanted this action right here, which was fine with me because I just left and played with my action figures, and I didn't get sick from mouth partying with some other person who probably had a disease. Kissing started as this thing where animals would just chew up food and spit it into their babies' mouths so they didn't die, and we must have saw that and was like, you know what? That looks fun. I think I'd like to try that, but not with that nourishing food bit. So we took that, and we made it even more disgusting by cutting the food out and just spitting saliva back and forth, which is, ugh. And we made it this thing where, you know, if you're not doing it, well, you're clearly a loser, and that's not cool. And there's just so much pressure, because you want to do it, and it's just, and you gotta do it at the right time, or it's weird. Why? And it's just and with tongue. Why the tongue? I don't know. Just this seems like it might be a fun idea. And the whole time this is going on, the guy is trying to hide what's going on in his pants because nobody can know. Your pants. And you gotta make sure nobody notices what's going on there. I saw a monkey doing this. It must be good. I also saw a monkey throw its poo, but that didn't give me a boner, so I don't know why, but I'm sure glad that it happens. It's one of the grossest things I've ever done. Anyway, my name's Matt, and I make videos every Tuesday and Friday. They're usually just as horrible as this one. For those of you interested, I have some new merch in my merch store. There's a limited edition crew neck. You should get it while it's still, there, because it's limited, which means there's only some, not a bunch, but some. All right, I'll see you guys on Friday. Oh, by the way, when I did finally kiss a girl, I found out there's such thing as too much teeth. So that's good too. 1350.